people to have an understanding of what to do and what not to do. It is very pertinent to note that of a truth, things could have happened that could have saved Senator Akpabio from the present predicament that he finds himself in now. Now, there has been a prophecy that if Senator Akpabio had not gotten himself involved in that issue, he won't actually be where he is right now. But guess what? Akpabio actually made a very terrible mistake. There are some mistakes that instead of them giving you joy, they'll rather bring you tears. Because the way it is right now, there's so much tears in the home of Senator Akpabio. And that is because he missed a particular incident that could have saved him. Not even minding all the fact that all the major men of God in this town wanted to see how they can actually be of help to him. But guess what? They all missed it. Guess what? They all made some very terrible mistakes. This, in fact, is a lesson for all our politicians to learn. Yeah, they actually need to learn it because the more they have tried, the more they have given all their all to see that we all have a better life, more things begin to happen that cannot actually be comprehended. My people, this is G's Lover Hub TV, and we are here with latest G's as it concerns our distinguished Senate President, Senator Akpabio. Now, it is being alleged that Akpabio has been out of the country for quite some time, and him being out of the country is actually not because he really loved or wanted to be out of the country, but he's out of the country because there was a terrible mistake that he made, that instead of it to now give him some form of leverage, it rather is causing him a lot of harm. Now, there is a place that they were supposed to have gone to, which they were supposed to go for powers. Now, the Babalawo, who is supposed to be the spiritualist, made mention categorically of who and who that is supposed to enter into that cave, because there was an underground cave. This cave has a propensity to carry some people, and it was specifically said that anybody who knows that he or she is having some issues with other people should not even try of coming or entering. But guess what? Akpabio did not listen. So therefore, because he did not listen, he now had to involve himself in something that naturally he should not have involved himself. And by so doing, he has actually left undone something very disastrous, something very Herculean, something that nobody can even comprehend or understand. And when people consistently begin to go out of place, out of proportion, to get things done not properly, what they are actually going to get is a form of rebound, a form of rebound that will actually bring nothing but tears. There are these silent tears that you cry, but instead of you crying out tears, the only thing you begin to cry is blood. And when this blood now begins to come out, no matter how they pray for you, no matter all the gymnastics that is being done to see that you're being saved from this predicament, it is actually always not easy for you to have this saving grace like this. And when somebody does not really take charge of his responsibility, he will actually end up in a body bag. Like the way it is right now, our distinguished senator has ended up in a body bag, and they are crying everywhere. People are crying all over the place, crying for help. And the more they cry for help, the more help seems to evade them. The more help seems to be very far off. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, who likes enjoyment, has cried. But guess what? The more they cry, the more things seem not to happen. Akpabio's wife too has done all press conferences, calling all manner of press people, calling Arise TV, calling Channels TV, calling NTA, calling online in-laws and everybody. But guess what? The more she calls, it's as if they are pouring water on the back of a dog. And when you pour water on the back of a dog, nothing good can happen. It is a very, very sad time for Nigeria. And the most painful part of it is the federal government has actually not brought out any official statement, either debunking this incident or saying it is true or it is not true. And the mere fact that
If you're still taking notes, stop.
and the mere fact that the
Stop.
house is on
This
fluid right now is
app will
also
literally
not
record,
helping issues. Yes, it is not helping
transcribe, and
issues at all. And with things happening like this, you now find out that it is now becoming quite difficult for people to have an understanding of how to run things. And when things begin to find it difficult to run like this, it now becomes quite difficult and quite Herculean for anybody to have access. Access has now become something that is very, very expensive. And when access now becomes expensive like this, my brother, there's nothing that you will do that will actually give you a leeway. Rather, it will only bring tears. Rather, it will only bring cry. Rather, it will only make people to have some very serious nightmares that cannot be comprehended, nightmare that even the deaf will hear it. These are issues and things that have actually gone haywire. And when once things begin to go haywire like this, my brother, you now actually know that of a truth there is issue. Of a truth there is fire on the mountain. And when there's fire on the mountain, even family members, even friends, well wishers, all of them, no matter how hard they try to come and be change the narrative, things will actually get out of hand. The only thing you now begin to get is tears upon tears. And when tears all begin to come this way, it is now becoming quite cumbersome, quite difficult, quite hectic for people to have a thorough wish and thorough understanding of how everything is being done. It is actually a hard time. Even with all the prayers that all the men of God joined together have prayed, it's still very, very cumbersome, and it's still very, very difficult, and it's still very, very difficult to comprehend that a distinguished, as mighty and as big as it is all now going to end in a body bag. This is actually a very cumbersome and tight times for everybody in the Federal Republic, and we are joining hands and joining our voices to say that people should pay attention to most of these details, and that is just because the devil is in the details. And when you have an understanding that the devil is in the details, it will give you an overview, it will give you an avenue to actually know that of a truth you actually need to step out of your comfort zone and get things properly done. Because when you get things properly done like this, it will rather, instead of causing you harm, it will rather give you a leeway to a successful life. My people, this is Gist Lover. This is Gist Lover Hub TV, and what I want to say is really unfortunate that we had to find ourselves in this predicament. I will continue to pray. I will continue to wish that things will rather have a normalized understanding. And when things begin to have a normalized understanding like this, everybody will all join hands to see that we achieve a very, very awesome progress. Thank you very much